Know that it takes about a year to feel comfortable just starting off as a nurse. Everybody tells you that, but it really is true. You are not dumb, you're new. Hey everybody, hey my nurse baes. My name is Brittany and you are watching A Dose of Nurse Bae. So welcome to my channel. On my channel I talk about all things nursing, lifestyle, health and wellness. I'm a lactation consultant, so sometimes I like to talk about breastfeeding and pretty much just anything I find uplifting and that we can benefit from mutual. I want this channel to be a sisterhood. So if you have questions, comments, suggestions, please go ahead and let me know in the comment section below, and I will take these things into considerations for future videos. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and dive right into this topic. This video today is specifically for my new grad nurses, my nurses that are getting ready to graduate, my nurses that just started nursing school, or people that are in the field right now that are, have one toe in, one toe out. They're just kind of testing the waters, trying to get their routine together, and they may feel like it's a little overwhelming or a lot. So these are things I wish I had known when I was first starting off as a brand new grad nurse. So I jotted down a couple of tips for us. The first one is take notes. Grab yourself a notepad so that you are not always asking people for help on little things. It could be the combination to a door that you need that you keep forgetting. You want to be as self-sufficient as possible, but also knowing that you do have backup, so don't worry. But do prepare yourself. Have your notepad so that you can write things down and you can refer back to your notes. Know that it takes about a year to feel comfortable just starting off as a nurse. Everybody tells you that, but it really is true. You are not dumb, you're new, okay? You have your skill set, you went to nursing school, you know the basics. Now, when you get your job, that's your time to really learn, okay? And apply those basic skills that you acquired in nursing school to your nursing practice. So do not worry, it can be a little disorienting when you first get into the field, even if you know all your stuff. I mean, you could have been an A nursing student, straight A nursing student, had no issues, just blazed through, and then you get on the floor and you feel like a fish out of water. Being in a new environment itself is disorienting sometimes. You have to learn the unit, you have to learn where the bathroom is, you have to learn, just so many little things. So don't beat yourself up, be patient with yourself, take notes so you can jot down little things, and just trust the process. It does take a little bit of time to become comfortable in your new environment, but it's going to happen. Practice, 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 repetition, repetition, repetition. And that's the process of becoming more comfortable and becoming a competent nurse. So with that being said, you're going to take notes. You're going to be a sponge. But the next thing that you want to do is know that you are not alone. I want y'all to be as self-sufficient as possible and prepared as possible, okay? You don't want to be the nurse that doesn't have anything. You're missing your pen light, you're missing your scissors, you never have a pen. You don't want to be the fumbling nurse, okay? But I do want you to know that you're not alone, okay? That's so important. When I was first starting off, I remember there was a nurse who would always ask for help with everything. She was a seasoned nurse. She had been on her job for at least 25, 30 years, okay? And she would ask for help at the drop of a dime, okay? And this lady was amazing. She was a world traveler. She was like a photographer. She did all these really, really cool things. And I remember looking around and thinking, all of us out here are struggling, trying to hustle and do things that we probably need help with ourselves. And she will get on her call light and ask, can the charge nurse come? Can, someone come relieve her? With no hesitation. And so I took notes from her. And from that point forward, I began to utilize my resources even more. So I want you to get that as a new nurse. you are not alone. You have your preceptor, you have other nurses around you. If you find somebody who is kind of has a gentle nature about them, gentle spirit, and you feel like they're helpful, go to them. Ask them for help. Ask them if you have a question. Don't be afraid to look silly or to feel like maybe this is something that you should know. If you don't know, that's what your charge nurse is here for. Nursing is not an independent practice. You're in healthcare. We all work together. We have to in order for our patients to have the best care. So don't hesitate to ask for help if you need it, okay? And it's smarter to do that too, because it increases the longevity of your nursing career. If you are having unsafe practices, you're trying to move patients, lift patients by yourself, you're going to be injured and you're going to be out of there in no time, okay? And even though you are valuable, okay, my nurses, y'all are so valuable. The skills that you have, the way that your mind works, how you're able to multitask and balance so many things, you're critical thinkers, even though you are valuable, they will replace you, okay? So you have to be your own advocate. You have to be your best advocate and make sure that you rely on your resources to have a long and successful nursing career. So let's move on to the next topic. It is going to be, please look out for nursing residency traps. I wish I had known about this. I did get trapped, okay, by a nurse residency program that had a ridiculous penalty for breaking the contracts, okay? A normal penalty for breaking a contract, a 2-year contract, is maybe $3 to $5,000. But my nursing residency said, if I broke my contract, if I left early, I owed the hospital $30,000. $30,000 as a brand new nurse. I'm fresh out of college. I don't have any money. I don't have, $30,000 to pay. What if I don't like it here? What if I'm miserable here? So with that being said, I want y'all to be very wary of nursing residency programs or hospitals that require you to sign a contract. As a rule of thumb, when people are happy in their workplace, they stay for a long time. So the hospital doesn't need you to sign a contract in order to stay there. So contracts to me are really a red flag. I try to avoid them like the plague, especially after my first experience. My first nursing job was, let's just put it like this, I learned a lot, okay? I learned a lot, but it wasn't the most pleasant experience for me. And I felt like I was trapped because of that large penalty that I would have had to pay if I broke my contract to leave. And I personally don't believe in staying in a toxic stank environment. And I have a video that talks about coping with bad attitudes and negative energy in the workplace. So if that's something that you encounter, hopefully you don't. I hope y'all love y'all's jobs and you really work in a supportive environment. But if you do, check out my video on dealing with negative attitudes in the workplace. But so back to what we were talking about. Nurse residency programs. They can be amazing. They offer you a lot of support and they really kind of hold your hand through usually your first year of nursing, or it's a certain period of time that they kind of work closely with you. You might be assigned a mentor and things like that. So they can be a really great thing, but be wary if the hospital is charging a ridiculous amount for the penalty. That's just a red flag, okay? So I don't want y'all to fall into any traps. And I want you to make the best decision for you. So this is another one that there's a lot of debate on. I personally believe that you should go after what you want as soon as you can, okay? So if you want to be a labor and delivery nurse, go ahead and go for that. If you want to be a neuro nurse, whatever it is, go for that. There was a old way of thinking that said every nurse needs to go through med-surg and do 2 to 3 years there, and then you can specialize. But you need to go through med-surg and get your skill set, build your skills, and then go. But I don't believe that, because the world is moving much faster these days. Nursing units are not the same as they were before. People don't stay on the job for years and years and years and years. A lot of nursing units are made up of almost all brand new nurses. A lot of the nurses are very young, and the environment has just changed. So we have to change with the times. If you know what you want, go after what you want right away. I call it shooting for the moon. Shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you land amongst the stars, okay? So go for what you want. If you get it, great, amazing, awesome. If you don't, it's okay. Okay, you do your 2 years in an area where you're able to get a job, and you learn, you be a sponge, you absorb, and then after that, you start looking for your dream area, the area where you feel like you'll be most comfortable and content and happy in nursing. Nursing has too many opportunities for you to settle, for you to be ruled by fear and stay in an area that you don't feel comfortable in. I challenge you to step out and take a leap of faith and go after what you want every time, okay? Even from the beginning. I do not believe in being miserable and staying or going to a unit that you don't want to be in just because that's what you should do. No, go after what you want. My nursing manager, one of my nursing managers, actually got her start off on the unit that she wanted to start off in, which was labor and delivery. And now look, when I meet her, she's the nursing manager. So you can thrive. It's all about your practice, your work ethic, your desires and goals. So I don't want you to feel pressured. I want you to make a decision that's best for you. Just to recap, remember, take notes, be a sponge. It takes some time to get comfortable, but you're not dumb. You're just new. So remember, rely on your resources. Don't try to be Superwoman or Superman and do everything yourself. You have people around you for a reason. Utilize them. Even if somebody seems like they're annoyed or they don't want to answer your question, find someone else that can help you. If one of the nurses seems a little annoyed with you or doesn't have patience for your questions, go to your charge nurse and do not be ashamed to ask a question. But also make sure that you're doing your part too, that you're studying up on that area that you land into, that you are always educating yourself. Knowledge, learning, it doesn't stop when you get out of school. So you want to be a resource too for yourself and for your patients. And then we talked about avoiding nurse residency traps, okay? Nothing wrong with nurse residencies, but if something about the contract just doesn't sit well with you, it just, you feel like something's a little off, something probably is off. So just proceed with caution and make the best decision for you. Don't feel pressured to sign a contract because it may not be worth it in the end. Sometimes if you take just a little bit more time to look for something else, doors will open, okay? So I don't want you to feel pressured. I want you to make a decision that's best for you. And then shoot for the stars, okay? Go after what you want right away, every time. If you don't get it, it's okay. Get your experience and then go into your specialty, whatever area that you truly desire to be in. And always, 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 always make sure you plan for a successful day. That is so important. Pack your lunch. Eat breakfast, eat lunch before you go into work. I used to carry cards with scriptures on them, quotes on them that were really motivating to me and that inspired me throughout my shift, even when things were tough. So maybe create some cards for yourself that you can keep in your pocket. If things are getting tough, you can pull it out and read. Get there early so you can look up your patients. These little things go a long way in just the flow of your day, and we're all about flowing, not forcing, okay? So set yourself up for success. All right, my nurses, my nurse babes, everybody that tuned into this video, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you found this content helpful. If you have questions, comments, concerns, leave it down in the description box below, and I will take your comments into consideration. If you like my content, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more from me. You can also follow me on IG at A Dose of Nurse Bay. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Till next time, be blessed. I'm your girl, Brittany, and I'm out.